So hi everyone, today we will see some basic demo which you need to know for qualifying the DP-900. Not qualifying, you can say that you have the understanding of this thing before you going to the DP-900 exam. So in this demo we are using using Azure, Microsoft Azure. So in this demo we are using Microsoft Azure to create a NoSQL database in Azure, which is provided by Azure CosmosDB. So in this demo we are creating a CosmosDB account, and then we create a sample database in it and add some dummy items in it, and then view these items using the CosmosDB console by querying the database which we are created in CosmosDB account. So let's get started, and then let's get started. So log into your Azure account. For now we are using I have the free trial remaining. So if you have the free trial, you can use it in the free trial. It will be recommended, otherwise you will have to incur some charges for this demo. So just go to the home page and just type CosmosDB, Azure CosmosDB. Click on it, and you have to create. Right now you can see there is no any other CosmosDB accounts are present. So just click on create here, or you can click in right here also. So just click on create Azure CosmosDB account. So it will provide a varieties of options, like you can create CosmosDB for NoSQL, for PostgreSQL and MongoDB, for Apache Jamlin. Apache Jamlin is graph database, you can see, and for tables and Apache Cassandra. So for now we are just using CosmosDB for NoSQL. Just click on create button. So in the configuration settings, we are landed on the configurations of our first Azure CosmosDB account. So in this page you have to provide the subscription, the resource group name, account details, location, capacity mode, and all the basic details of CosmosDB account. We are selecting the subscription is free trial, and we are creating a new resource group. In our free trial we have already a demo resource group is already present, but we are creating a new for this CosmosDB demo. So and name it as demo Cosmos RG, and click on OK. So this is the new resource group which will create this Azure account will create, and then we have to provide an account name for this CosmosDB account. So demo Cosmos DB account, and let's choose the location. So right now I'm choosing the US South India, or you can choose any in Central India as well. It shows it's recommended, so I'm choosing the Central India. And let's choose the capacity mode as provision throughput. So this is the capacity mode we are choosing, and then we are applying the free tier discount, so it will not incur any charges to me. So that's we are applying it. And for the limit total account throughput, we are just untick it to limit. We don't want to limit the total amount of throughput that can be provisioned on this account, so we are untick it and just click on next global distribution. So for now we are for global distribution we are disabling all the features right now, because this is the basic demo in which we are only having the knowledge of CosmosDB and how we can create a NoSQL database, and how we can add some entity in it, and how we can query in that database. So just moving forward to the next networking. For connectivity methods we are allowed all the networks. Then connection security setting we are using TLS 1.2. So next go to the backup policies. For backup policy we are setting it as all the things as default. We don't want to change right now. So in the encryption part we are using the data encryption service managed key. We can also add customer managed key if you require, but for now we are just using the default one. You can also add some tags in your Cosmos DB accounts if you want, but for now we are just leaving it as a blank, and just click on review and create. So after clicking on review and create, it will validate the basic information that whether our configurations are correct or not to create the Cosmos DB account. After the validation is success, you can click on create button, and you can also download a template of this configuration file for any automation related stuff if you want to do with your command line. If you want to create it using command line thing, you can download the template and use that template anywhere to create such configurations Cosmos DB account. So just click on create. It will take few minutes to create the Azure Cosmos DB account, and let's wait for the deployment progress to be completed. Then we will be able to see our Cosmos DB account is up and running. Just click on refresh. You will see our resources of type Azure Cosmos DB account is its status and operation details are some here. It is in the deploying state. Just wait for a few minutes. So in this demo we are creating a sample database, and then we create some view and create some items in it, and then we query the same database to find how we can fetch the data using Cosmos DB. So it will take few minutes to deploy the Cosmos DB account, so wait for few minutes. You can see the deployment details here. So let's click on operational details. What are these things? What these operational details shows us? Let's explore this as well. So in the operational details we have the operation name. It is in the running state, the creating one. Right now it's 1.5 minutes in the deployment is in progress. So it created the resource group demo Cosmos resource group, and then it will create the demo Cosmos DB account. So these are the timestamp when it will started, and all the service request ID, tracking ID. So this is all the operational details which it get as per us in the operational details tab. Operation details. Just click on refresh. So the deployment might take around 5 minutes maybe. Just wait for a few minutes more. You can see right here deployment is in progress, and this deployment is in the resource group demo Cosmos RG, which we have created at the time of Cosmos DB creation. It will take around 5 to 10 minutes maybe. So just wait for the deployment part to be completed. So our deployment succeeded. Our Cosmos DB account is created successfully. You can see it here. You can click on go to resource right from here, or right from here you can see the deployment details are here. Our resource demo Cosmos DB account is created. Click on go to resource, and here we are in the Azure Cosmos DB account, which is a Cosmos DB for NoSQL data. You can click on overview button to get all the details which we are entered through the creation of the Cosmos DB account. Just go to the quick start button, and you can see you have to choose a platform, whether you are using .NET, Java, Node.js, Python. So you have to choose a platform to quick start the items in which manner you want to create items in your database. So for that we are just creating if you want to create it using if you want to connect this CosmosDB to a Python app, you can use that also, Node.js, Java and .NET. So for right now let's select the Data Explorer tab to create our first container tab in the database account. So it will connect with the CosmosDB interface, Data Explorer. So this will populate it on the first page. Click on next, get started with sample data if you want to try it out. Launch the kickstart. You can also just click on next. You can connect to your databases using this connect button and click on finish. So you are inside the Data Explorer button, Data Explorer tab, Data Explorer page of the CosmosDB account for NoSQL. So from here you have to choose the launch the quick start. Welcome to the CosmosDB. You can see right here these are the NoSQL APIs, sample data, copilot data. So we are just clicking on the launch quick start. This will suggest to create sample database. So we have to create a sample database. Select on setting throughputs and naming the container right here, and then click on OK. So this will create a new container inside our Azure Cosmos database account. So just create the sample database ID as new database sample DB and all the things as default, like sample container is there, container ID as sample container, partition key as category ID, and all the things as default, and just click on OK. After click on OK, you can observe the status of the panel at the bottom of the screen until the sample DB database and its sample container has created. So this will take a few minutes, about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe maximum up to 5 minutes, to creating the sample container in the database sample DB, which we are providing the details right here to create a new container in the CosmosDB account. So it will create few minutes, it will take few minutes, so just wait for few minutes until it's created. So you will see a sample container is created inside with the sample DB. You can see right here. You can click on it, sample container, and you can see some items are list of items in the containers. So right now we don't have any item right now. You can easily compress it like this, and if you want to if you want to wide it, you can use it from here to see the things. Like this is the idea of category ID. So there is nothing in the items right now. You can click on sample containers and then click on items. You can also cut this, and you can again click on items. You can see there is nothing. Create a new work with existing documents. So we have to add some data into it. So let's add some data in the JSON format and modify the JSON for the new item. So at the top you have to edit some items. You have to see, you can see the, to upload any item you can upload it from your local system, or you can create a new item right there, right on the screen or right on the console, right from here. Just create a new item, and you can see that reflects with the new document ID, because this ID is mandatory, which is the category ID. So just replace this thing with this data, with ID, this dummy ID and this category dummy ID. So after you enter this data, just click on save. So we are populated our first item in our database. Just click on save. So it will automatically saving the items in it. Some metadata properties are automatically populated, like the RID, self, e-tag, attachments and TS, time of update, I guess. So these are the metadata which it automatically attached to the data, which data to the newly item create to the newly created item. Yeah. So our so if you cut this and again go to the items, you will see a data will appear that we will load a single item in our database, in our CosmosDB database, which is a NoSQL database. Now let's try it out and query the database. How we can query our NoSQL table. So there are so let's try out and how we can query the database, how we can query the NoSQL database. So to query the database, we have to go to the Data Explorer page again. Just click on it and select the new SQL query. You can see it right there. New SQL query right here. Again you have to click on it, so it will create a new SQL query, and it will integrated with Copilot as well. So we will see that it will update. So by default it will, default query is select star from C. Use the execute query button to run it. So you can use the execute query to execute this command, default query command. If you want to write any prompt, it will generate according to that. So this is the AI generated content which right now Azure has integrated with this Azure CosmosDB as well. The Copilot feature is a Gen AI concept. So for now we are just clicking the execute query button to run the default query in the SQL query editor. Just execute the query and you will able to see the, you can scroll it up or not. I'm not able to scroll it up. So you can see the here our data is the query results. You can see the query results in JSON format. So if we have multiple data, multiple items in our database, you can query like that, like from C where where it contains any specific, it contains any specific name, like for this table c dot name is equals to, c dot name is helmet, helmet. So in the name it is helmet, so it will check and provide that query to the user. So right now we have a data in which our name is road helmet 45. Let's execute this updated query and let's see what happens. So it will results that the helmet is present in the name, so it will show the data which is present in our database. So in this way we can query these CosmosDB database using SQL query also. So it provides us a better experience to work with NoSQL data, with JSON data, to use some SQL queries on it. So this is all about this demo, in which we learn how we can create a CosmosDB account and how we can create a sample database, and we added some items into it, and we query the NoSQL database with some SQL queries. So this is the demo. Hope you guys liked it. Thank you.